Hey guys, welcome back. Today we are going to be working on a couple of things. One, I planned on planting, but it's so hot and muggy. Like, it's hard to breathe out here. It's so gross today. So I scratched that idea, but I do have 3 new trees that I want to place in their spots because I do want to get them planted this weekend. And I think my stepdad and Sergey are going to dig the holes for me. So I'm in the front. I'm going to show you what those 3 trees are. I'm going to place them in their home, or where I think their homes are going to be. And then I'm going to just sit with it for about 24 hours, which is something I recommend everybody do. Just sit with it. Put the tree where you think you're going to plant it, and then just see how you feel. Like, does it flow good? Does it just look good in the garden where you have it? That's always a good way to test out something. It's almost like trying on shoes. So it's always great to try things on before you actually purchase it. So obviously these are already purchased, but you know what I mean. And then the second thing that we're going to be doing is making a bouquet for my friend. So I already picked the flowers earlier today. I wanted them to have just plenty of time to hydrate and cool off. And we are going to make an arrangement for her birthday. It's actually one of the biggest reasons why I love to grow flowers, is to be able to give people just flowers on any sort of occasion, especially birthday. So we will put an arrangement together. So let's place these trees where I think I want them, and then we will go to the back and arrange our arrangement. All right, the first tree we are looking at is one that I actually just bought. It was on sale, so it was a win-win for me. This is an Angel Falls Eastern White Pine, and I love the size of this tree. First of all, I love the texture, but it's just so soft and pretty. This one can take full sun, and it grows 7 feet tall by 2 feet wide in 10 years. It's also drought resistant once established, and it's hardy down to zone 3. I mean, talk about a perfect tree. This is her right here. So I wanted to buy this because I have a spot right over here in the front that I think would be really beautiful. I was a little bit hesitant to do it because it does look a little bit crowded over here. But if my mulch pile wasn't here, this area is just missing something, in my opinion. Now, I think I could go with some low shrubs here. Eventually, this will be coming out. So this water holder, this hose holder is not going to be here. We're going to do something else. So that is going to open up this space, and then we have some annuals over here. But I always wanted something over here just to kind of complete this grouping of trees in this area, because in the wintertime, when this doesn't have any leaves, it just kind of leaves a blank area over here. So that's why I think it'd be pretty to have the Angel Falls here. Actually, let's place it. I think I could lift it with one hand. Hold on, let's see. Yep, I sure can. Okay, so if I put her there, what do we think? So let's see, 2 feet wide, so it's not gonna get wide at all. I don't wanna go too close to the house, because when we redo the siding, they're gonna have to get back there. So this is where I'm thinking. What do we think? I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna leave it here, and I'm going to sit with it. And then, yeah, I like that. I like that a lot, actually. And the fact that it doesn't get too wide, I really, really like that. Let me know what you guys think. Oh, that's really pretty. Let's look from over here. Let's see. It's hard with that mulch pile. Oh, but I really like that. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there and see how we feel. All right, and the other trees that we're going to be planting are these Venus dogwoods. These are the same ones that we have in front of our house in the planting strip. And these get 15 to 20 feet tall, and they're hardy down to -20. They can take sun or PM shade, except these get full sun, and they are thriving. So I think what I'm gonna do, hold on, just pick one up and I'll show you where we're gonna plant them. So our neighbor is letting me plant one in their planting strip. So I'm just gonna place them and see how it looks. I'm gonna put you guys down for a sec because this one's a lot heavier. So here's where this one would go. So it just is right kind of in front of their little veggie garden. And then the second one would go right here, which kind of mirrors all of the other ones we have on the other side. What do you guys think? I like it. I think these are gonna create a little bit of shade over the years. And that's, I think, what we all kind of want in this area. So I think that's actually gonna look really beautiful. I do have to work on spacing though, because they're too far apart, unless we get a third one, because then that will allow us to space them a little bit more evenly, which actually might be better. Let's think about that. But I'm gonna leave these out here overnight and see how we feel about them. All right, so we're in the back, and these are the flowers that I picked. So we went with kind of like a yellowy, orangey, pink color palette. That's kind of the colors that she likes. And then I also purchased some of these statice at Trader Joe's, just because I love the way this looks in an arrangement. I think it adds a lot of filler. To me, I use this as a filler flower. And I don't know, it just adds, like where there's a lot of gaps, this really helps kind of hold a bouquet together. And then one of my favorite greeneries I like to use is this asparagus fern. It's just very airy and delicate, which I love. I didn't buy other greenery, but if I need it, I can always get some, I think I could just go ahead and get some peony leaves, because those I actually love to use in an arrangement. And I want to be a little bit heavy focused on flowers and less on greenery for this specific bouquet. I also picked some spent scabiosa that we have, just because I think the seed pods are actually very interesting, and they're not very, I mean, they look spiky, but they're actually kind of soft. So I use some of that. And then I also have zinnias and some beautiful celosia. So I'm gonna go ahead and set up. I also cut some hops, some tomatoes, because those are always fun to use in arrangement. This is the compote that I'm going to use. I actually bought several of these, and they're kind of like my go-to for gifts. So I am going to use this today as my vessel. And then, like I said, I'm gonna do a little bit of chicken wire, or I don't know if I said that, but I will do chicken wire and some tape, and we'll get some water in here, and then we will start arranging. right, what do you guys think? I'm just gonna duck here and spin it for you to see. Oh, I love how that turned out. I didn't even use the asparagus fern in this arrangement, but I made sure that it looks full and beautiful from all sides. I made sure to cover our mechanics, and I just love the added touch of that tomato and the hops. It adds just like a little bounce to the overall look. Oh, I love it. Less greenery, more flowers. I just really wanted the dahlias to be the star of the show, and oh my goodness, I love that so much, and I think she will too. What do you guys think? All right, guys, well, I think that will wrap up today's projects. I am so happy at the way this arrangement turned out. I love the added feature of the hops. I think that just gives the bouquet like a little bit of a bounce, and I love that look so much. I am thrilled that I decided to grow hops this year. It's my first year doing it, and I can already think about so many ways that we're going to use it in arrangements and in wreaths and other decorations. I cannot wait. Now, when you're arranging flowers, one thing that I wanted to mention is if you're ever having a hard time with color palette, one of the things that you can always reference is the color wheel. So if you're thinking about color combination or you're having a hard time, always reference the color wheel, because that will kind of help you reference which colors go with which. And then you can start pulling in third colors. I always start out with 2, and then I use other colors that complement those 2 colors, if that makes sense. But if you want, we could always make more arrangements together. It's one of my favorite things to do is make arrangements, and I just feel like the more I do it, the better I get at it. But anyways, I'm just happy that this turned out so beautiful. I cannot wait to give it to her. I do need to go in and finish wrapping her gift and the trees. So we'll leave the trees out there for the next 24 hours. Let me know what you guys think about the placement of them. I might buy a third one just because I want to make sure that both sides are balanced, and they just look, you know, I think maybe a third one might accomplish that a little bit better than just the 2. So we'll see how it looks tomorrow morning after leaving it there for 24 hours. But anyways, I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna change, I'm gonna wrap her gift, and I'm going to take off. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today in my garden, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.